Man, I'm built different, period. I'm just built different, man. And I've always had an eye, a discipline and a work ethic that I've had at a young age that I just apply it there.
Welcome! Today, we're pulling back the curtain on U.S. presidents, their quirks, odd habits, and the wildest stories you never learned in school. Forget the stiff portraits and serious speeches. These leaders were full of surprises. From skinny dipping to cursing parrots and secret languages, we're diving into the weirdest presidential facts. Stick around for the final myth-busting reveal. It's a shocker! Let's jump into the strange side of history. John Quincy Adams, our sixth president, a man of intellect and principle, held a rather peculiar habit, one that set him apart from his peers. It wasn't state dinners or political rallies, but something far more refreshing. He had a unique morning ritual, skinny dipping in the Potomac River at dawn. Can you imagine? The chill of the water, the quiet solitude before the day's demands. No Secret Service, just the president and the water, every day. A solitary figure embracing the natural world, a stark contrast to the pomp and circumstance of the presidency. It was his personal sanctuary. Legend has it, a reporter once held his clothes hostage, a rather bold move, wouldn't you say? Until he agreed to an interview, a testament to the lengths journalists will go to for a story, making her the first woman to score a presidential quanda, a groundbreaking moment in journalism history, all thanks to a chilly morning swim. Imagine a president today trying that. The media frenzy, the security concerns, it's a different world. Adams believed his swims were the secret to his health and energy, a natural elixir that kept him sharp and invigorated. Perhaps there was something to it. It's a reminder, even the most serious leaders have their wild routines, their quirks and eccentricities that make them human. What a way to start our list, with a splash of presidential peculiarity. Calvin Coolidge, the 30th President of the United States, was known for his quiet demeanor and understated style. But behind the reserved facade lay a man with a soft spot for the unusual, especially when it came to pets. He and his wife, Grace, had a rather unconventional companion residing in the White House, a pet raccoon named Rebecca, a furry, masked bandit who quickly became a beloved member of the First family. The story goes that Rebecca was originally sent to the White House as a potential dinner offering, a Thanksgiving gift perhaps a bit too wild, but instead of ending up on the dining table, she charmed her way into their hearts and became a pampered pet, enjoying a life of luxury most raccoons could only dream of. Rebecca's transformation from potential entree to cherished companion was complete with a custom collar, a symbol of her elevated status. She was often seen accompanying the Coolidges on leisurely strolls on the White House lawn, a raccoon amidst the manicured gardens and formal atmosphere. Of course, being a raccoon, Rebecca caused her fair share of mischief, exploring every nook and cranny of her grand residence. She even attended official White House events, becoming a unique and unforgettable guest at presidential gatherings. And if that wasn't enough, she even had her own custom-built treehouse on the White House grounds, a raccoon palace fit for a first pet. Coolidge, despite his Silent Cal nickname, clearly doted on her, showing a fondness that surprised many who knew him. Eventually, Rebecca's wild side, her inherent raccoon instincts, proved too strong for the confines of the White House. And so, she was eventually relocated to a local zoo, where she could roam and explore in a more natural environment. But for a while she lived like royalty, a testament to the unexpected turns life can take, even for a raccoon. It's a story that could only happen in America, where a raccoon could go from being considered a potential main course, to becoming a beloved and pampered first pet, capturing the hearts of a nation. Presidential pets don't get much stranger or more uniquely American than Rebecca the raccoon. Andrew Jackson, a towering figure in American history known as Old Hickory for his tough and unyielding nature. He had a rather unusual companion, a pet parrot named Paul, a creature destined for a unique kind of fame. Paul wasn't just any parrot, it was famous, or rather infamous, for its surprisingly foul mouth. The bird had quite the vocabulary. Jackson's own colorful language, known for its directness and occasional bluntness, rubbed off on the impressionable bird. And Paul, being a parrot, naturally picked up on this, and soon became notorious throughout the Jackson household for cursing and spouting obscenities. Fast forward to Jackson's funeral, a somber occasion filled with dignitaries and mourners. In the midst of the solemn proceedings, the parrot, Paul, unleashed a torrent of profanity, a shocking and unexpected outburst. The unexpected barrage of cuss words shocked the mourners, who were there to pay their respects. The outburst was so disruptive that it ended up halting the funeral service altogether. The bird, creating a scene that no one would forget, had to be removed from the premises. Only then, with Pole safely away, could the ceremony continue in peace and with the respect it deserved. Jackson's legacy lived on, loudly, not just in the history books but also through his feathered friend, a testament to the colorful character of the president. It's one of the most bizarre and unforgettable moments in presidential history, a truly unique anecdote. Who knew a parrot, of all creatures, could steal the show in such a spectacular and inappropriate fashion? At a president's funeral, no less. It's a story that continues to amuse and baffle historians to this day. Only in America could such a thing happen. Herbert Hoover and his wife Lou spoke fluent Mandarin, a skill they picked up while living in China. In the White House, they'd switched to Mandarin for private conversations, baffling staff and keeping secrets safe. Lou was the first lady to speak an Asian language, and a true partner in every way. Their secret code was a reminder of their adventurous past. The White House was full of whispers in more than one language, presidential privacy, Hoover style. Thomas Jefferson, inventor and third president, revolutionized office life by creating America's first swivel chair. He modified a Windsor chair so he could spin and reach his books. Practical genius. Jefferson even drafted the Declaration of Independence while spinning in his chair. Imagine history's most important document written mid-swivel. Next time you spin at your desk, thank Jefferson for the inspiration. Even founding fathers needed a little comfort. William Howard Taft, our largest president, inspired the legend of the White House bathtub. The story goes he got stuck. True or not, it led to a custom giant tub big enough for 4 men. The tub was over 7 feet long and weighed a ton. Political cartoons had a field day, but it was just Taft making his home fit his needs. Even presidents have to adapt their space. Sometimes history's quirkiest stories are the most relatable. Taft's tub remains a presidential legend. Before he was president, Abraham Lincoln was a licensed bartender. He co-owned a tavern in Illinois serving whiskey and brandy to locals. The business failed, but Lincoln's humble beginnings shaped his character. Later, when political opponents mocked his past, Lincoln owned it with a legendary comeback. From pouring drinks to leading a nation, what a journey. Even Honest Abe had to hustle. Presidential paths can start anywhere. Long before the Oval Office, Ronald Reagan was a lifeguard in Illinois. Over 7 summers, he saved 77 people from drowning, carving a notch for each rescue. The job taught him responsibility and calm under pressure. Those early lessons shaped the future president. Before he was the Gipper, he was just Dutch Reagan, the hero of the river. Sometimes greatness starts on a lifeguard stand. James Madison, the father of the Constitution, was America's shortest president at 5'4". Despite his size, Madison's intellect and determination shaped the nation. He proved leadership isn't about height, it's about ideas. Madison out-argued men who towered over him. His impact was huge, even if he wasn't. True giants come in all sizes. Time to bust a myth. George Washington did not have wooden teeth. He suffered dental problems and wore dentures, but they were made of ivory, gold, and even human teeth, not wood. The myth likely started because his dentures stained and looked wooden. The real story is much stranger, and a bit gruesome. Washington's dentures were uncomfortable and distorted his face, explaining his stern portraits. Sometimes the truth is weirder than the legend. Now you know the real story behind the wooden teeth myth. That's a wrap! From skinny dipping to cursing parrots, presidents are full of surprises. Which story was your favorite? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this, hit like and subscribe for more weird history. Thanks for watching. Stay curious. See you next time.
Man, I'm built different, period. I'm just built different, man. And I've always had an eye, a discipline and a work ethic that I've had at a young age that I just kind of